Let's go safely in profit.
So
crazy.
Call it, gentlemen. Who's taking this? I want to hear from everybody. Winter, you first. Nobody can.
Chances of smoke there in order to throw down a ward, but they are both in a position here to be able to get a quick gank on the mid lane. The courier waddling on in is going to be delivering some tangos, but they managed to catch Lil, who was sitting so far forward. Pretty standard play, but Liquid countered it beautifully. Everybody knows the Winter Wyvern is probably going to go mid, use Arctic Burn, harass back the enemy mid, and that positions himself so far forward that Liquid are able to get a rather easy gank with those two supports.
Yeah, more importantly than that too, Cap, it's that the Invoker struggles heavily with the DP versus Invoker matchup 1v1, and they saw from the last game that VP really want to give G as good of a start as possible. I noticed in my replay rounds when I was just kind of studying all the teams, especially VP of course, they were the type to just make sure that VP, or that
Haste Rune is going to be picked up at the top lane. Lil, who is still only level 1, is actually going to rotate into the mid lane. Jarek's is doing something similar though. They're both going to show themselves here, and both supports join in on the battle here. Fada is actually healing up thanks to the Spirit Siphon. G is dropping lower and lower, but the damage out from the Fire Spirits is so pitiful, and it's not going to be enough to actually get the kill. Lil will actually get out the Phoenix, and Ice versus Fire. Oh, he's actually going to be able to get Fada as well. Maybe the Fairy Fire goes out. It's not quite enough. A Sunstrike is going to miss. Fada definitely dodges that one. And the score, well, Jarek's, he may have died, but Lil's over-aggression ends up costing him a kill to the Death Prophet in return.
Yeah, and G's got to be careful. Fada still has a Spirit Siphon up, and so it's going to prompt him to back up a little bit, eat the tango, circle around.
And forward denies for the Furion.
And most importantly, it's this top lane. The Void is getting too much free farm. His Crow's going to get gone on. The Howl's going to get popped too. This should be enough to blast.
He still has a snowball. He's waiting till the last second to actually use it. Now he's going to die immediately, but Mind Control, if he gets a Time Lock, Brock might be able to get that kill. He actually doesn't have Time Lock, went for Time Dilation instead, so there's going to be no chance of a lucky proc. He's going to be hit by that Splinter Blast as well. FNG actually has the stun that he gets this kill. The Sunstrike over the top, and Virtus.pro take the fight.
And right now, Fada's actually rotating up there with boots. But FNG is going to suicide himself at your mid. He's got to upgrade the boots a little bit sooner too.
Jarek sneaks in and gets a nice aggressive ward there in the bottom lane, which will free up Matu to push aggressively into this tier 1 with a little bit more knowledge. Unfortunately, TK Phobos does a really good job of getting that denied, but at mid, DG is actually dropping pretty low underneath his tower. The dive is successful for Liquid. They will have a turnaround kill as Jarek ends up dying to Lil once again, but still a worthy trade there for Liquid.
I think a core first support is almost always going to pan out for you just because of the experience that the other mid is going to get too. Looks like the Phoenix is just going to TP back mid, help out. The Liquid supports are not getting a lot of levels, which is a big concern.
But Lycan is still very much a Roshan dependent hero.
Oh, for sure. You take the Roshan with a hero like that.
Yeah, they're still going to actually find the fight here. Winter's Curse gets laid out. Lil's just getting some damage out and stalling up this Roshan attempt. FNG's actually going to show himself. He does get silenced up. He may not get off any abilities. Oh, the Sunray comes out. He does manage to get the stun on him, but Man, Roshan is still low, 300 HP. Fada should be able to pick up the Aegis. The meatball comes in and doesn't hit anything there from G. The Aegis grabbed by Fada, and all of Liquid will be able to successfully retreat.
And at top, Silent's going to go down at the same time as Liquid's going to catch him out. That's a pretty big pickup for them as it only cost them like 2 heroes and they were able to do it really quickly. And that kind of feels like a mistake from BP. They have to really respect the power of this like dual core. They're so mobile around the map.
Once again, gonna point versus the Winterbird. So I don't know why. It's just like some sort of weird attraction between the two. They just have to go against each other. Difference is, Firebird's got this tree man behind him. He's going to be able to TP in. There is the Cold Embrace, a little bit of magic damage coming out, but the burn is just slightly enough that Snowball will actually finish him off. Supernova being used in order to dodge the Meteor Blast coming out from G. He's now going to be, oh, what? That actually pulled him out of the crowd. Still, though, he's completely trapped until the swap comes in. FNG manages to save G's life. He's still going to go down to the Sunray Beam. DK Phobos is here, but there's nobody else to be able to back him up.
A lot of sophisticated names there. Tree Man,
thank you.
Firebird, Iceberg.
Well, let's just make Dota a simpler game, honestly.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower
really good job by Liquid isolating out, but G is so lucky that FNG was like right in his base. Just a random position to be. mid tower's gonna go down for sure. Especially with they still have the Aegis available, right? Bottom might actually lose it right here. He's getting bitten by wolves.
He's gonna have to pop his arcane room and start using up some of the bottle.
Those are so frustrating to play against.
He really wants to use this exorcism before the arcane room is down, and they may just use it at this bottom lane. Silent. Gonna be jumped on by mind control. He still has the chronosphere. VP got to be careful with this one. Fada's going to try and engage from the left-hand side. He's already down to half HP. Now the Sunstrike's going to land. Magic Missile over the top. The Snowball comes in right into the Chronosphere, but the Sunray Beam's healing them all up. Plus, they're doing damage out onto G as well. Just disastrous combination. VP have no way out of this one. He turns, tries to get the kill on Jerix thanks to the Splinter Blast. DK Phobos, if only he had a Blink Dagger, he starts charging forward, but immediately gets silenced up. DK Phobos has no response to this one, and neither does Silent. The tier 2 tower falls, and so too does VP's 3 heroes.
Yeah, for a second I thought that Snowball was kind of gonna hurt Liquid because it had everybody in, but luckily Jerix had the Sunray going on top of his teammates and G.
It was like hitting 4 heroes at once.
And they're gonna most definitely take this bottom tower as DK Phobos gets silenced up again, not even able to throw down that warning fissure to save the tower.
So the tier 3 is most definitely going to go down here. Liquid, they're going to back out though. After this one, they do have the Invoker and the Winter Wyvern. That would definitely be the safer play. But
SMG is taking a lot of damage.
Finish it off. Jesus. He almost dies there. Jarek still has the Supernova. They're going to dive away. Sudden strike. Oh!
Barely misses.
Oh, Fisher! Jarek's. You know, he had to keep on moving. You're going to have to use the Supernova here. There's no way he lives.
Chance.
Yeah. Gonna have to Sunray through the trees and something crazy. Go! Get over the cliff! Oh, Yule Scepter. Now he's done for.
This time, Lil wins. To the map as long as possible. And
so the thing to really
gotta be careful.
offset this side, one way or another, is going to be a smoke. They're actually trying to push forward here and potentially catch Vana. DK Phobos threatens the Fisher, but there's already BKB, and now the rest of Liquid come in from behind. They've hit on Winter Wyvern. They're going to be able to catch G inside the Chronosphere, while FNG is dealing with Matumba Man, and this is just VP losing 4 heroes right next to the Roshan pit. But Liquid, they don't even have to worry about Roshan yet. They can go for the full lane of Rex.
And VP, they don't have their Earthshaker. Like, G's gonna buy back to try to show some force, but he doesn't really have anything that can hold this. You've got the Tornado Chaos Meteor, but Jerix is just holding everybody back right now. They might actually get the kill on Matsu, but it doesn't look like they have quite enough damage.
Meteor does a decent amount, but the mech is going to be able to offset that with the Exorcism used. They're just going to roll right into that middle tier 3 now.
They still have Glyph, and they've got the Earthshaker up. If VP can get a lot out of this, they might be able to kind of turn this around. They've already committed the buyback on G. They need to get something. Can't just play back.
Yeah, if they've gotten some sort of engagement and it had gone well for VP, they can turn that into Roshan and things don't look as terrible.
Oh, you see, VP's making the really smart move here. They're just immediately going for the Roshan because...
Looking at Silent right now, rotating across, just keeping all the lanes pushed out. They don't want to give any opportunities for VP to sneak outside the base. Sunstrike, Angle Slam, they're trying to blow up Curl, but they don't even have enough damage there. The mech goes down, and now the swap out. DK Phobos is going to be saved until Matumba Man just right-clicked him down and said, Silent, he's popped everything he can to be able to jump on a Matumba Man. Maybe he can get that kill. He just can't make full committal. Supernova goes down. G actually hits a beautiful combination there, but it's still not enough damage to take out anybody. Curl finally dies, but it doesn't really matter. Liquid will go on without him, and Silent is eventually going to be running out of shapeshift. There goes all his damage, and there goes his HP point too. Sunray finishes him off, and now the last Exorcism potentially for Liquid as they push the last lane of Rax.
The Lycan doesn't have buyback available quite yet. We're well aware of this. Nothing should stop them now, as Matumba Man's also going to assault this top Rax, just guaranteeing themselves.
Exorcism heals Vada back up to full. Silence onto G. Holding him down with that Spirit Siphon, a Force Staff and a Yule Scepter. Do a piece.
Dire's middle tower has
Top laner Rax now completely gone as that melee Rax was taken out by Matumba Man. And they're actually going to back out. It looks like they're just not quite healthy enough. Vada taking ahead of DK Phobos. Nice sprout. DK Phobos going to have to go the long way around, but he will be able to catch up. He's got a Blink and Enchant Totem in a second. We'll be able to stall him up long enough for G to be able to hit that Tornado, and the Meteor to be able to follow him up. Counter Yule Scepter to provide a little bit more time, but Yule Scepter only sets up the Sunstrike. Ooh, stun in! Snowball with Matumba Man. They are able to finish off 2 FNG. Chronosphere. Oh dear, that's going to be DK Phobos and FNG now dying.
Your chronology.
They do have the buyback available on the Invoker. I'd anticipate him using it any second. Good news is that Matsu did use his buyback, so if they're able to hold this, they're in a much better position than they were 20 seconds ago, but VP, do they have anybody else that can buy back?
Matamba Man's already... Ooh, gee, he's in a bad position. He's actually surrounded by heroes. Mind Control needs to throw out the Chronosphere to be able to slow him down. But Lil is here. Oh no, he gets silenced up. G gets a little bit more room. The Chronosphere goes down, but Silent is not inside of it. Still, they managed to take out G, who is... Oh no, Silent, he's actually in the middle of 4 heroes with no support whatsoever. TK Bubble sitting on the side, waiting on his time, but he needs 10 more seconds for the Echo Slam. He doesn't have it just yet. The Supernova goes down. They have no way to be able to deal with it. Silent's just going to be combo stunned down, and Virtus.pro are seemingly losing the last fight of the game as they have nothing left. There's the buyback on Silent, but still no buyback on G. Lil's going to be chased down by Jarex just one last time with an Ethereal Blade of all things.
I think if this game were for any other stakes, VP would have GG'd out by now, but they really don't want to end up in the best of one lower bracket. And for a team like VP, they're so talented, but group was just so rough to run into as Mind Control's going to get the Lil.
Silent's gonna be silenced up. Matamba Man is here. They've got 3 different heroes. Echo Slam laid out, but the BKB already popped, and they're just gonna be able to continue their damage on the carry of Virtus.pro and the offlaner as well. Game well played is called from Virtus.pro as Team Liquid are able to get sweet, sweet revenge and take the series 2-0.
Honestly, when VP first started this draft, I thought they had a really good chance. Everything was going kind of okay. They were just being contested in too many lanes. And once the mid game hit, the Nature's Prophet gave Team Liquid way too much to work with. I think part of it too might have just been